So we can shit on them, but shorty generous. She wanna pack her little friends inside the 4-door. Looking at the ass, cause you the shit, but shorty in her own class on her. She know how I'm coming by her. In the height of slavery, I probably slapped the shit out of one of them little they ever tried to play with her. Probably lose my life, but shit, I proudly take their love. Simply cause I live for you. I love you like one of my kind, let it cake. You know I care for you. Think I'm funny, anything to put a smile on you, shorty. Shorty such a queen, she got me singing Elvis like the king. I can't help falling in love with something like that. What's going on, y'all? It's your main man 5, and I'm back with another impromptu drop for you. First of all, shout out to my guy Charles. This was a recommendation that he texted my phone and let me know it's something that really resonated with him, something that sat on his spirit, and he recommended it to me. He just wanted to hear my thoughts on it and see if it resonated with me the same. So I told him that I'd make sure I check it out. So Charles, this one is dedicated to you. So it's been a while since I got into his music, but if you read the title, you know I'm back checking out NF. And apparently 2 days ago, he put out a new music video for a song called Fear. Now, I went back and listened to a few songs off Mansion. I still plan to, and we'll see how this video goes, but I still plan to go check out the beginning just to understand more of a process of how far NF has come in his journey. Because looking back at Mansion with him wearing black, and a lot of you guys have explained how he went from black representing where he was internally at the time to finding this new peace and purity of spirit with the new white wear that he wears. I'm excited to see what he's talking about with this one. And if it's a topic of fear, I don't know one person who can't resonate. So I'm excited about this one. I'm not going to talk too much. But as always, you know, I'm going to put the QR code to our Patreon right here. Make sure y'all go scan that and check out all of the blocked content that we get here, but also all of the exclusive and early access stuff that'll be coming up there. As y'all know, we started our second channel where we do our movie and TV reviews. A lot of those full-length reactions along with album reactions and our exclusive Versus series. A lot of the full-length Mythbuster series episodes, if you want to catch up on those and get early access to them, they'll all be up there. And y'all know we started a new membership tab. Really, it just gives you guys early access to all of the videos that you want to see, but also gives some extra support to the channel. I know a lot of this stuff doesn't get a chance to get monetized because of copyrights and etc. I don't have to explain it to you, but anybody who already is subscribed, anybody who's already a member, anybody who's already a patron, I highly support you because you guys are showing that you care and care to see us be able to continue to develop and create to a more high level. So I appreciate you always. But without further ado, and I'm not going to talk anymore, we're going to get right into this music video. Make sure y'all put W Charles down in the comments for this one, especially if you're excited and this is something that resonates with you as well. So let's do it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hello. Knocking at my door again, begging me to come outside, let you back into my life.
Oh, yeah.
Now, usually I'd be strong enough to lock the doors and keep them shut, but not today, I'm desperate. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding, maybe I should take the pills down. Know what's going on with me, some days I actually think I might be schizo. Frantic, probably not, but even writing this is making me begin to spiral, oh God. Promise to myself I wouldn't let the fear back in, but then I did though. Told the world that I was sick of running, then went back to running, what a joke. Disappointed, yeah, me too. I thought I finally made a breakthrough, guess not. It's the same song and dance, you've all seen it before. Darkness holds out its hand, then we walk to the floor. Every decision made isn't mine anymore. Like a puppet with strings, I just don't have a choice. What's the truth, what's a lie? Help me God, help me Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes, grandma died. What's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Standing back, watching my mansion burn to ash while I hold the gas can, asking God if He started this fire.
Sheesh.
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted?
Yeah, this a tune.
Make all my hopes and my dreams come to life just to lay them to rest. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is. Is this what you wanted? On the verge, on the edge. Is this what you wanted? Petrified, scared to death. Is this what you wanted? Praying to God, desperate. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Hanging on by a thread. Is this what you wanted? Empty heart, nothing left. Is this what you wanted? Breaking down, spiraling. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? My bed. Is this what you wanted? To ash. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? The gas. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you started? Is this what you wanted? What you wanted?
Oh shit. First off, I apologize for that. I didn't even notice that the volume was down on YouTube itself, but I got the full spectrum of the song, so don't need to trip. Now, first off, I know exactly why Charles sent this to me. I appreciate you, bro. And I appreciate the fact that you already knew I would have a lot to say. You know, I would resonate. And I love the fact that every time we have conversation, one thing I love about Charles is the fact that he's the type of person that isn't afraid to share the spotlight with other people. And this is just me speaking about this relationship before I hop into the song. One thing I really appreciate about people like Charles is the fact that he's not afraid to let somebody else shine. I feel like we live in a world where a lot of times people are so insecure that they feel burdened, they feel upset, they feel like somehow it takes away from them and their own luminosity to be able to give somebody their flowers, to be able to give somebody their credit for just fighting the good fight, for surviving, for doing something more with themselves. And I've always appreciated the hour-long conversations that me and Charles have had over the years, just talking about real life, talking about the pressures of life, talking about grief, losing family, talking about marriage, relationships, talking about learning how to fall in love with ourselves and not letting our fear consume us. That's a really fucking great guy, and I appreciate you for being a good friend to me, bro. And I appreciate you for sending this recommendation first and foremost. I know exactly why this song resonates with you so strongly. And I want you to know I'm always praying for mental comfort and mental growth for you. From the conversations we've had, I know a lot of things that you battle and a lot of things that we deal with. But I have faith that you're strong enough to survive and make it over to the other side. And you have a pure heart and spirit. And I believe with every fiber of my being that God blesses people that are pure of heart and people that aren't afraid to uplift other people. So whatever you're dealing with privately that none of us may know about, I'm always praying for you, and I believe that you're going to make it out the other side. You're just going through a rough season and dealing with a test, but on the other side of a test is always a blessing, so stay strong. But to get into this song, what I love so much about it is I love the fact that it comes all full circle. I like the fact that, first of all, at the end of the video, them having the mansion version and the early career version of Nate coming to unlock the door and let fear back in, but also, let me slow down. I like the fact that it's using the old mansion version of Nate with the darkness seeping back into this new peace of mind and showing that no matter how much we grow, no matter how much we think we make it past our trauma, there's always going to be things that you deal with. And I think that's the most impactful thing that anybody can learn. Just because you find a new sense of peace, just because you make it past one storm, there's always another storm on the other side. There's always another test. But I think when you shift your perspective from feeling like once I make it past this storm, life will be easy sailing, you'll understand that we're all put through the fire test to come out like gold. I like the fact that he uses a lot of biblical metaphors and a lot of parables that are used throughout the Bible to explain the message, and explains a lot about how he's feeling. Listening to him talk about being tested and being set on fire and going through those things, it takes me back to King Nebuchadnezzar, where he had Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I always try to make sure I get those names correctly. But if you're familiar in the Bible, that's the story about when King Nebuchadnezzar made a statue of gold, and he wanted all of the people in his kingdom to worship this false idol, to worship him as a new god in a way. They wanted him, he wanted people to marvel at the vision of him as though he was God. But there were these three young guys that just said, no, we have faith in our God. We have faith in his power. We've seen what his miracles can do and the storms that it brought us and our families out of. So when they didn't want to fall to their knees and worship this false idol, he threatened to throw them into the furnace and burn them alive. But they said, through my faith, I understand that no matter what it is you do to me, as long as I stay faithful to my God, I'll be blessed. So when he put them into the furnace, they were able to walk around inside of it. It even got to a point where he saw God walking around there with him. They turned it up notches and notches, but them boys didn't burn because of their faith and their unwavering faith in the power of God. They were able to be brought through the literal fire. And I think the metaphor of that is the fact that you're going to be tested. Life is going to put you through the storm, and you're going to go through certain things, but it's not meant to destroy you. You got to rewire it to understand the fact that when you walk through the fire, it's to help you be refined. It's to help you have a new renewal of spirit and have a new perspective, have a new testimony. Because after all, the things that we go through in life aren't meant for us. They're meant for us to help the next person make it through it. Nobody makes it through life unscathed, and you'll never fully outrun what it is you've been through. My father-in-law recently, it's all full circle. Shout out to Osho. My father-in-law put out a book called Walking Through the Fire that was amazing. I'll put the link in the bio down below if you want to go check it out. He's a mindfulness coach and a Buddhist priest. His books are amazing, and I learned a lot of perspective from them as well. I like to pick and take new information away from things. And what he talked about is, the book is called Walking Through Fire. And he talked a lot about rewiring your brain to understand that you have to become one with the storms instead of recognizing them to be something to come and blow your life off of solid ground and destroy everything that you know. You have to become one with the storm and learn to dance with it. You have to learn that everything that you go through is meant to help the bigger purpose. It's meant to help make your Sistine Chapel. It's meant to come and help you figure out what's next from here. So instead of trying to run from the storm, running through it, you'll make it through it quicker. You have to embrace it and be able to understand that everything's for a reason. So I like the fact that he did that, number one, but I also like the fact that he gave a lot of perspective through understanding that no matter what sense of peace that we make it to in life, we'll always be fearful. We'll always have moments of lapses in our faith because, one, we're human. God didn't create any human people, so when you go through things, you have to recognize that just because you made it to the other side of a storm, there's always going to be another one coming. Every time you think you made it to the best version of yourself, that fear in the back of your mind, those insecurities, those things that plagued you at one point or another in your life, they don't really leave you, but you learn to control them. Something else that I like is when he was talking about the fact that God speaks in whispers. This is something that I read in the Bible plan. God speaks to you in whispers, but all of the temptations, all of the evil, all of the fear, those things loud. They bark at you, they scream in your ears. But if you learn to listen to that whisper, that can be the very key to locking that door and making it so fear won't be able to seep through and overtake you as easy. I think the visuals of it are what really made this video special. With him trying to walk around in this mansion that he found new perspective in, this mansion that he tried to recreate, I like the fact that it had cobwebs and dust on the door that he had fear locked behind. That's representative of the back part of your brain, and you trying to keep those demons at bay so they don't overtake you and take you back to who you were once upon a time. But ever so often, there will be the times where those fears and insecurities start banging up against the door, where those voices start screaming and they start to make you feel like you're not enough. You don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be successful. You don't deserve to be loved. You don't deserve in general. You don't deserve life. And when those things come, no matter how often we try to keep that door locked and we try to get in there and make sure it doesn't make through, we have to understand the fact that we're human, and humans by nature are very inquisitive. So every time we try to think that we're stepping away from something, there's always that little piece of you that feels like, well, maybe I don't deserve happiness. Let me just, instead of locking the door all the way, let me just lock it halfway just to see if it'll be able to get through. Humans like to test the water, and we like to dance with the worldly pleasures. We like to dance with our insecurities. We like to dance with fears. We like to dance with our vices. We like to dance with things that we know if they take over us again, we'll be right back where we started from. And I think this song really just talks about the human nature and the duality of people. Although we all do want to be better, we want to do better, we want to have better, there's always that part of your brain that feels like you just don't deserve it. And I like the fact that it talks about, even when I try to think I deserve better, in this very moment, I have those moments of desperation where I try to revert back to what's normal to me. I try to revert back to what's familiar. I try to revert back to what's comfortable. And something that you've always heard is being comfortable is very dangerous because it makes people complacent. It makes people feel as though there's no more left to gain. But innately in this life, you never stop learning. You have to continue on the path and understand that even if I learn this and I get to a place where I feel like, okay, I'm happy right now, I'm feeling successful, life is a learning process. You have to continue to learn and strive. To the day you die, you'll always be a work in progress. And I think that's something that we all forget sometimes. Sometimes we go through things and it blurs the lines, it blurs the vision of how we view ourselves. And I like that in the visuals as well, where he backed up into the glass, and when he looked into the reflection of himself, it was all scattered through broken mirrors. It was you trying to find some semblance and normalcy of yourself when you're going through these manic episodes, or you're going through these fearful moments, or these days where you were just like, as much as I thought I was better, as much as I thought that I was above this, you end up disappointed. And I think that's a lot of people's problem. You can never think that you beat the beast. It's like somebody who was on drugs for 20 years and they stopped smoking crack for a year, and they think, oh, I can be around crackheads. I can go back to the places that I used to steal from. I can go back and hang out with the same people that I used to get high with. It doesn't affect me. I've been able to go a whole year without it. Before you know, another month or so, you're right back out there smoking crack with them. You need to understand what your triggers are. You need to understand the things that trigger you and make you feel like you're reverting back to the worst parts of yourself, and limit the accessibility that you have towards those things. So when you start to mess around with the idea of letting fear back in because it feels so comfortable, those are the things that blur the line, and it helps it. I said helps. Those are the things that blurs the lines and makes it hard for you to find who you actually are. I just like the fact that that broken mirror aspect was just not really having a clear gauge on who you are as a person. When you look in the mirror, not even recognizing yourself because you're getting caught up in all of your old bad habits. Honestly, all of the symbolism in this video was really beautiful, even down to falling on your knees in the church and catching fire right before it, but recognizing the fact that you don't have to be consumed by the fire unless you choose to allow it to. There are going to be times and situations where your faith will be tested and you'll be crying out to God and asking, is this the only thing I'm meant for? Is pain the only thing that I'm deserving of? Is this the life that you're forcing me to have to deal with? Is this what you wanted? Do you want me to be unhappy? Do you want me to want to die? Do you want me to hate myself? Those are normal things for all of the people out there that feel as though it's not okay. Let's be honest. Even though we understand that we aren't supposed to question God, you're human. The things that you go through, some of the tests and storms that you make it through are going to make you stop for a second and be like, why are you doing this to me? So for anybody out there that has those days where they feel like life is getting overwhelming, I want you to understand that it's perfectly normal for you to ask those questions. And I think the power of all of that and conquering all of that is finding community of people that you can be able to have honest conversations with, be able to build those bonds with, and talk about real life things. Because this video shows the biggest opponent of progress is isolation. When you're sitting alone, no matter how much progress you make, when you get by yourself, you're the only one that has to deal with those demons. You have to deal with those voices. You have to deal with those insecurities. You have to deal with all of those feelings flooding back over you. I think the biggest thing that anybody can do is find a community of people, especially men, that aren't afraid to be vulnerable about what they're going through, because resonance is the biggest weapon that you can have in this type of battle. Being able to be like, I can call my brother, hey man, I'm having a hard time today. This is what I'm dealing with. I need some new perspective. Talk to me about something. We live in a world where so many people want to put on these facades and masks for social media. They want to look like the perfect family. They could be going through hell at home, but I'm gonna post a good picture of me and my spouse. Oh, we look good today. Don't we look good? We're so happy. But behind that picture, there's arguments every night. There's domestic violence situations. There's an unstable household. And I think a lot of times people don't understand that it's okay to share your pain with other people. The best way to make it through those situations is by sharing the pain with other people. But I don't want to talk too much because I could talk about this video all day by itself. I just love the fact that it's really just talking about him going through a constant battle with himself. And my favorite part was him becoming a marionette. Sometimes when you allow those voices to overtake you and you allow the fear to seep back in and take over you as a person, it can feel like you're being controlled the same way that a puppet does. This is representative of him just being controlled by all of his insecurities and letting it lead his life instead of allowing God to. I just love the fact that this song is really just going against the grain and not being afraid to say that even though I am a believer, even though I grow, even though I'm blessed, I still have my days. And I feel like that's what people need to see more than anything. Nobody on earth should have the power to be able to condemn you because there are no perfect people. So it's okay for you to continue to have those days as long as you continue to keep fighting the good fight. And I'm praying for everybody out there that's dealing with battles that they aren't sharing with anybody around them. I like to always open up my comments to be a testimony zone for anybody that's going through anything right now. I want you to share your testimonies down below. We get a lot of interaction from different subscribers talking back and forth, and I always share some input. If you want to reach out to me via DM, I have my social medias in the description. I got my email down there. Make sure you reach out if it's just somebody that you need to talk, if you want to talk about whatever's going on. I like to just always open it up so people can feel more of a genuine family connection instead of feeling so disjointed the way that we all do in everyday life. There can be those days, and I feel that way myself sometimes, where the world just feels so big and you're just trying to find your place in it. But at the end of the day, I want you to know that I still love all you guys, and I'm praying for all of you guys to have mental peace and healing. But for the sake of me not talking too much, comment down below, share your testimonies, share your thoughts on the song. Tell me what this video meant to you, if I caught all of the good nuances or if there's some things that I might not have noticed message-wise. Share it down below. Give me some background. What is this pivot going back to? Because I feel like this is going back full circle and just showing that no matter how much growth we make, if you don't stay strong, you don't stay steady in the fight of pursuing more day to day, you can always end up right back where you were. So I like the fact that he's bringing it all full circle and going back to the mansion version of himself. I feel like that's the person that was standing over him, taking the keys out of him. So I imagine the next video would be the dark version of Nate coming back and getting into a full-on battle for peace of mind with, I see what he's trying to do, but comment down below, let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you stay in tune every time we drop another banger. And again, I'm gonna put the QR code to our Patreon right here. Make sure you go check it out. Shout out to all of our beautiful patrons and shout out to our members on our new membership tab. We appreciate you guys for the continued support. Make sure you go check out both of those things so you can have early access, but also access to anything that gets blocked, along with any full length and early access content and bonus things that are never going to be coming out on our main channel. It's some amazing stuff going on right now, so make sure you stay tuned. And quiet as it's kept, it's gonna be some merch coming soon. So if you are a big supporter of the channel and you like the brand, you like the idea that I come with, you know, me being 5 and leaving my mark and talking about mental health, there'll be some merch coming soon, so stay tuned. But again, Charles, I appreciate you for the suggestion. I hope that this video gives some sort of encouragement. I know we have these conversations all the time, but I still hope it resonates on some level. But until next time, I go by the name of 5, and that's all I got. Peace.
How does this go? You wanna know? You've never been here